Fortnite Season OG just dropped and everybody wants to know how to level up fast. Why, you may ask? Well, there's only 30 days of this season total with tons of things going on which we're not only going to be covering but even the secret gold skins which we also have to show and how you can get them as quick as possible. Not to mention multiple mini live events and huge changes from the past cycling throughout this month, so it's vital you stick around until the end today. Don't forget, when picking up the battle pass or anything from the item shop, it would mean the world to me and my dog Charlie the charcoal pug if you could enter code FM1 inside there. Literally one of the shortest and easiest codes to enter, and I spent $100 on this cutout literally just to get Charlie to sit in front of it was actually harder. Last video I wanted to know the name of this, so here's a bunch of hearted comments on screen right now that got that right. Today, however, I want to know the name of this, so let me know down below in the comments, and if it gets hearted it could be showed on screen in the next video, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, as after all it only benefits you with us gifting different subscribers every single day with some proof for that recently on screen right now. First of all, the most important thing in this 30-day period of Fortnite OG is how to level up fast, and believe it or not, it's not by playing the OG map. Forget these stupid XP glitch maps, they're not consistent as a lot of people harvest the XP. Instead, play the pit and make sure you're favoriting this code on your screen right now to constantly do this every season that rolls around. Not only is there crazy, if not 10, 100x XP than a normal Battle Royale elimination for each one, but also rewarded XP for simply, playing the game and spending time within this map. Not to mention you're going to get more gun skill and build skill for especially when you'll need it now in this OG season. And despite it only taking level 50 to get Omega Rock, of course we have bonus rewards, some of which aren't revealed yet, which we're about to actually show. Before we do though, we've got a few other things to discuss, such as the fact that this season has 70 levels, of course being, the max for these bonus rewards upon them being revealed, requiring 80,000 XP per level according to Hypex, and for that reason we can only purchase, if you are to, 50 of the levels. With that said, despite the urgency to level up to the max level, you can before December 2nd when it actually ends this season on the OG pass. I don't need to ask if you're enjoying the season, as according to Hypex, apparently Fortnite now is peaking at 6 million players at once concurrent, and there's almost zero server lag. Granted, when loading up you may see some queues from time to time, but of course once you're actually in, after the couple of minutes you have to wait, it's definitely worth it for the experience and the memories. And speaking of memories, we're going to be able to relive more, even mini live events that actually occurred in a bigger form throughout the duration until December 2nd, when a huge one will occur ending off the chapter, which we have an early look at already thanks to data miners, but first we need to go over these. Of course, you may have seen already revealed in one of the forms of the Fortnite Season OG trailers, the map actually shifting through the different times we've seen in Chapter 1 all the way up to Season X. Well, thanks to Hypex, we know when these updates or hotfixes are actually going to be happening and when everything will be taking place, including the different events we saw throughout these seasons. Upcoming Chapter 1 updates: November 9th, hotfix being Season 6, the Floating Cube Island, Unvaults, Double Barrel, Clinger, 6-Shooter, Chiller Trap, Porter Fortress, Mounted Turrets, Quad Crasher and Driftboard. The first downtime update of this season, 27.10, November 16th, hotfix Season 7 and 8, Sloan, Frosty Flight and Pirate Camps, Unvault, Flint Knock, Minigun, Quad Launcher, Itemized Glider, Redeploy, Buried Treasure, Poison Trap, Planes and Cannons. Season 8, by the way, was of course the original version of the current crew pack being Drakon Steel Hybrid, but just the normal standard hybrid skin at level 1 or tier 1. And then version 27.11 being another downtime update, the second of this season after its launch, but of course smaller considering it's 0.11 rather than 0.20. November 23rd, hotfix Seasons 9 and X, Meteor and more, Unvault's Heavy Sniper, Proximity Launcher, Airstrike, Junk Rift, Storm Flip, Jetpack and the Baller. For Season 9 and X, I'm surprised the Mega Mall hasn't been listed, considering it had the first Stranger Things collab within it, being Scoops Ahoy, the location from that season of Stranger Things at the time, and also the Upside Down portals, bringing Chief Hopper and also the Demogorgon into the item shop, as we're seeing an 11 skin with 2 different variants in the bundle itself. As of right now, when you're watching, it should be in the item shop for the first time upon the November 5th rotation. And speaking of the item shop, what's available now anyways is the brand new starter pack, which was an NPC at the end of last season. These are always an incredible deal, and of course if you happen to pick this up or anything from the item shop, pop in code FM1, it literally takes 2 seconds. Speaking of the item shop, considering this and the lobby and the overall feel of the menus has gone completely OG, believe it or not, we're getting another UI locker revamp. You've heard that right. However, as Happy Power stated, he's not a fan of this. I don't believe I am either. The current system just already feels clean enough, so I don't know why they would actually change this, especially to this OG version, considering if it's not already in the game upon launch, we've only got a 30-day season. How much more OG can Fortnite make it? They've literally given us a free lobby track to celebrate the return to the OG map upon logging on. Literally everybody that does, you don't need the battle pass, you don't need to spend any money. Upon logging on for the first time, even if you haven't in years, you will get this. Although I asked the question, how can it get more OG? It literally could if they included these original locations. I know we've got the Dusty Warehouses, but Dusty Depot, of course the original Tomato Town instead of Temple, Anarchy Acres instead of Lazy Links, and also, most noticeable considering it's an entire desert area now with Paradise Palms, Moisty Mire. Although with some of these we do have different variants of them going forward, it's not the traditional OG singular hull location. Of course, from going back in time with things of OG locations not being the same, such as the time machine at Pleasant Park right now. Things are going to be even more time shifted than what we saw got mixed up in Season X with the appearance of the meteor about to strike Dusty Depot. As Kevin the Cube spawning files on the outskirts of Paradise Palms, where it already looks like the lightning strikes are taking place on top of this particular sand mountain. This will be spawning soon and also making its way all the way over to Loot Lake that we've seen from the animation of it moving that data miners have tweeted out about, and even the fact that they included within their post that they've added the sinking into Loot Lake animation. Of course, with these two downtime updates or hotfixes actually going live, it eventually goes to the point where we're not only seeing Kevin's floating island from Season 6 as previously mentioned, but as briefly shown or teased in the trailer, the 0 point underneath this with the swirl of kind of a whirlpool underneath it, as Firemonkey stated. During Fortnite OG Phase 4 on November 23rd under the floating Kevin Island, we will see the 0 point, meaning during Phase 4 we have the 0 point Kevin Island, Dusty Divot, Rocket with Time Machine and Meteor all active at once. The only thing we haven't discussed off that list is of course the rocket with the Time Machine attached, which of course is going to be moving there more so over the weeks that pass, as you can see all the phases on screen right now in screenshot form. However, to get a look at the Time Machine strapped to the rocket, which will reset everything, which we've got to break down just after, also on November 23rd, Fortnite OG Phase 4, Dusty Divot will be preparing once again to launch the rocket. However, this time the Time Machine is strapped to the rocket. And of course you're seeing early footage of that in the background thanks to private servers being able to put things into the files in-game early but not publicly on a normal Battle Royale map for everybody. Of course, with the mini events happening, it's all building up to what happened at the end of Season X, the first end event going into a brand new island or chapter that we ever saw with Black Hole Downtime. Further confirmation of this happening and what it's going to be called or compared to today was from Hypex, an event teaser Fortnite OG. We wish you a lot of fun in the upcoming Fortnite OG weeks and the big bang right after. This obviously means another end event is going to be occurring in similar format based off what we actually know about the ending of Chapter 1 with the rocket being constructed right here but without a time machine, but obviously slight differences will be made just like we're seeing throughout the entirety of this OG season. Many people are confused as to what the story is right now, however, considering we never got a cinematic trailer showing us or going into Season OG from Chapter 4 itself. Thankfully, due to the pieces we could puzzle together at the end of Chapter 4 Season 4, of course this involves Sloan and Jones teaming up again using the time machine, and Jones seems to be the only one back here now as Sloan describes everything going forward with the storyline into Chapter 5 before this event right here in the voice lines.
Jones, Sloan here. I feel like I've done this before, so let's assume I have. Alright, short version. You're back here for a reason. You're smart enough to figure it out. And it's not to change the future, by the way. Drop that fantasy right now. This is an extraction, and you're leading the way. You cannot hesitate in your duty, Jones. The world you're leaving is one of many. And there are more worlds than even you can imagine. Keep it that way. Do the job. Jones, Sloan here. This is not my first message, is it? You must be making progress. Oh, you're screwing everything up. If you somehow end up back in the now, I will destroy this reality out of spite. Not that that would stop you from somehow bumbling back into my orbit. There's a reason why it's always you and me, time and time again. One of these times we're gonna get it right. And I'm pretty sure this is it. Jones, Sloan here. I've definitely left this message many times before, so get right to it, huh? This is the first time in countless lifetimes that I don't know what happens next. We're both heading off into the unknown. I guess this is goodbye for this me and that you. But we'll meet again. Reality's not done with us yet. Keep the campfires burning, Jones. Wherever and whenever you go.
Even that dialogue, despite it not being in an event cinematic itself that may be taking place alongside us, seeing it in game, was honestly so cool. Gives me vibes throwing back to Chapter 2 Season 6 Zero Crisis finale, where the Russo brothers, obviously the directors of Marvel, actually directed this. Either way, Fortnite are trying to kind of keep it as a mystery what happens after this season, although we know it's going to be Chapter 5, as they stated on their website the Battle Pass will return next season, and of course an option to view the OG Pass, which technically isn't a Battle Pass. Anyways, when December 2nd rolls rolls around and the jury and codename finale live event of Chapter 4, technically, even though we're in Chapter 1 right now, occurs. As mentioned at the start of the video, you will have needed to get to level 70 to then unlock what I believe to be on these final 3 pages, as there's only 4 skins unique in the Battle Pass. Considering Spectra Knight already has a gold style, and in the super styles for each season, despite us not having enough levels or time to get 3 pages of them, these could be 3 gold skins right here, obviously being Lil Split, Omega Rock, and also the Renegade Link skin. Here's what all of those 3 could look like anyways, and the gold variant of course that we can customize for Spectra Knight, replacing now as a customizable skin what we once had there being quest rewards. As for our first official look at these, despite the concepts I showed, the FireMonkey tweeted out there will be 3 extra Fortnite OG cosmetics revealed in 27.10 or 27.11's update. Initially in downtime if you're over on Twitter, and make sure to follow mine if so, as I do tweet out a ton of this that goes live. Drop a like in this video if you learned something new, and subscribe to the channel with all notifications turned on so you don't miss any future uploads. Don't forget, when picking up anything from the shop or the OG pass, enter code FM1 before doing so. It literally takes 2 seconds. On top of the fact, what's incredibly quick and benefits you is to pin or favourite the pit, as this gives you the most amount of XP out of any creative island consistently every season. In terms of where you go to now though, click anything on screen YouTube's recommended you, it's a good suggestion, whilst also waiting for the very next video I do publish on the channel.